Hi, I'm E.T. and from the Actors Reporter, and welcome to Interviews. Today, my guest is one of the best voiceover casting directors in Hollywood. I have read so many great reviews about him. People call him and his wife the royal family of voice casting. It's my honor to have with us voice casting director, Mr. Harvey Kalmenson.
Thank you.
Hi, Harvey. Welcome to Actors Reporter.
It's a pleasure being here with you.
It's so nice to see you again.
I don't know. Wait to hear what I have to say.
All right, our first question. How does an actor begin a career in voiceover?
Well, first you got to be born.
Oh, yes.
And then something tells you from someplace out in space, I want to be an actor. And if you really want to be an actor, the bug is bit and you're really up against it for the rest of your life.
Yes.
Because it's an emotional thing. That's the start. Then as you go along, you begin entertaining the family, whether they like it or not. Okay? And you have a situation where people begin to applaud, and it's another stage where you're now lost again. And it goes from there. And you find yourself constantly wanting to get a little bit of applause. That's, I would say, the beginning part of becoming an actor.
Kalmenson has a great education program, and I've heard about the Kalmenson method. Can you tell us about it?
Yeah, the Kalmenson method, this began years ago when I was out of work. I was stage managing and I was between jobs. And lo and behold, I got a call, and it was from a commercial talent agent, one of the biggest at the time, and he called me in to direct voiceover. I had no idea what a voiceover was. I had never seen
So it was completely new.
Completely brand new. All right, and I came from the theater, legit theater, and I'm handed something for, I don't want to give the sponsor's name away, it was for like Pepsi and pizza. And I looked at this and I said, oh my God, what is this? And I used another word, but let's just say, what is this? Ba, 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 ba. And he says, well, that's what we do. And I needed the job very badly, so I took the job, and they began bringing actors in to audition for me, and I noticed that they were having trouble getting into the script. It's the beginning of a commercial script. In voiceover, it's like falling off a cliff.
Wow.
And they want you to be conversational. And then they mention words about introducing and at long last and things like that. And they want you to be conversational and endearing and all of those things. So I had to find a way of doing it. Okay. So we came up with a method. The method is, technically, it's called a preparatory command. It's what goes through your head before this mechanical thing begins to speak. So you have to think about something. If you try to speak before thinking, it's a problem. That's part of what we developed. And of course, the introduction to this method takes about 6 weeks. So I'm giving you an oversimplification, and it's derived from somebody else you might have heard. The name was Stanislavski. And the Stanislavski method is what I used in integrating it with our own Kalmenson method, and that's what we've been doing, and that's what's so successful for thousands and thousands and thousands of actors at this point.
Wow, it was so good to know about the Kalmenson method. What are the essential requirements for an actor to do voiceover jobs?
The number one word would be desire.
Desire.
Desire is the key word in anything that a person is going to attempt to become a professional at. Being a professional separates you from everybody else. A professional is willing to put in the hours and work while others have left and are going home and are sitting down and eating. The pro is still there working, regardless of the field. If it's a baseball player, he's still on a baseball field taking batting practice. If it's a ballet dancer, she's working out on that stage until she drops. And in voiceover, you better practice your reading every single day, because if you can't read, this is not the place for you.
I remember you mentioned being a journeyman actor. What does that mean?
I first heard that from an actor named John Houseman. And John Houseman was teaching at USC at the time, and I was fortunate enough to attend a class. And we affectionately referred to the class as Romeo and Juliet's because it was men and women in the same class. Okay. And one day, John asked a particular gal, what's your intention? What do you want to do? What do you want to be? And she said, I want to be a star. And he really let her have it. That's not the reason to be an actor. You want to be a journeyman. And he pointed out the difference between success and failure is just that small. Some of the best work you ever do is without getting paid. And you're practicing your craft. And he said, be a journeyman actor and the rest will take care of itself. So I picked up on it and I enjoy saying it.
Right, right. When I was auditioning for you for the Coca-Cola project, you gave me some really good directions, and thank you so much for that. And I remember you also told me to improvise a little bit. How important is the ability to improvise?
Improvisation is the key to success in life. Now you could take it a little further and say it's important in acting, but it's important in life. When you get up in the morning, you don't know what to expect. Ergo, you're going to be improvising. Okay? As things are thrown at you, you roll with the punches, and that's what acting is all about. It's almost impossible for an actor today to go out on an audition, theatrical audition, reading for one of the sitcoms or for a drama, and take an audition without improvising. Because most of the time you walk in and they say, begin talking to you, and they begin asking you questions. And you have to improvise. And then they'll give you some lines, and then they'll change the lines. Now, after you get the role, and they actually have you there, and you're shooting right at the session, and they change the script. They change a couple of lines.
Exactly.
Okay, well, you better be prepared to improvise, to go with the flow.
Right.
All right?
Do you have any pet peeves as a voice director?
Well, I try not to hang on pet peeves because it's kind of wasted energy.
Right.
The number one pet peeve would be anyone who doesn't take my profession seriously. If you say you're an actor, then you better behave like an actor. That means you're there on time. If it calls for you to memorize your lines, you have your lines memorized. And you don't bring a temperament with you that gets in the way of your colleagues, because you need your colleagues. On time means early. The second one is people who don't read the directions on a script. The point is, we've taken pains to write the directions down from the producer and from the writer, and we put all of this together. And lo and behold, the actor gets in the booth and says, what would you like me to do? Go home.
Did you read the directions?
Yeah. And it's just amazing. Today, the number of people who don't listen and they don't read, they need to play games with their thumbs. If you don't read, you have a tough time making it as an actor.
Right.
Yeah.
Harvey, thank you so much for sharing with us, and congratulations to all the successes you have.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so
what
much.
A pleasure.
And thank you for watching Interviews. I'm ETN from the Actors Reporter. See you soon. Bye.